You said?
Sorry, what did you
I
say,
say if you're
Stella?
adding music, if you're adding
No,
music, be careful, okay?
your life now. Your life now. Very, very good. We're happy to be here today. Yes, this is the D day. The final day has come. Thank you so much, Stella. And now we're loaded. What do we need to bring out today to learn this?
So just have your biro or pen and paper or notebook
Let me
to
start calling the people that have been waiting, that have been
write
waiting.
everything.
Let me start calling them. We don't have any people right now. If I am
Oh,
super,
no
super
one right now.
excited.
Yeah.
Let me send the link again. Yes, happening live now. Hmm. Okay, you can go ahead, Stella. Yes, once again, thank you for this. Thank you for this support. Thank you for not charging for this, for the lessons to be learned today. So we're going to let me get my pen and my. I've gotten everything intact, but let me open the page. Yes. So we're ready. So now today, Stella, you want to teach us how to make organic soap.
Yes. And your last, please, sorry, before we start, can I, like, I'm not saying this on my page. Can I do it, let's say, share it from your page? Maybe to copy it
Okay.
from your page. Because I'm not seeing it on my page.
Everything will show. Everything will show.
Okay. If I want to share it from my page to some people, that's what I wanted to do.
Let me see. Yeah,
What's
it's
your name
showing.
again on
Showing
Facebook?
one share. Did you just share it now?
Yes, I share it on my page, but then I'm not seeing it on the page that I shared it.
Probably because nobody has clicked it. Nobody has joined yet. Where did you share it to? On your page. Then you now go to your
Yes,
page.
it's not there.
Another show. Add. Wait. Let's see if one I had. Have you been able
Yes,
to
so
do
I'm
it?
thinking to just no, I can say it. I shared it for sure. But I can't say. So I guess I'll just copy it from your own page. Like I'll just the way you share stuff from someone's page.
Yeah.
What's
Share.
your own name again?
Share
I forgot
to
your name.
copy link. Organic live video. Say copy link. Let me send the link. Can you click on that link? Copy that link.
Okay.
Your picture is not visible, Stella.
Oh, why?
We can't see you.
How about now?
Okay. Yes. So, can we start now?
Yes, just give me a second. Let me share this. I just needed to share it to some people.
We
Just
have an
give me
audience.
another. We have somebody? Okay.
Yeah. And the good thing is, once they click on it, they can always just watch it because it will show everything from the beginning, and even all
Yes.
this each is going to show the each as well.
Okay.
So like showing on your page, I can see it showing on your page here. Just go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah,
I just shared it now.
yeah,
Uh, uh,
it's showing on your page. I
okay.
can see it here. I can see all the places it's streaming to. Yes.
Okay.
So please let's go
Let me just.
ahead. The person who joined us is left.
Oh, really?
Let's go ahead, Stella. It's showing on your page. I can see everything here.
Okay. Give me one quick minute, please. Just I promise some people I'll share this to them as soon as we start. So,
They will see it on your
uh,
page. It's on your page. They will see it on your page.
okay, let's start. Sorry.
No, sorry, audience.
Okay.
This is navigating Stella through all the StreamYard.
Yes. Okay. So tell me if you can see me very well now. Can
Yes,
you see me? Can you hear me okay?
yes, can see you.
You can see me and you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can see you. Yes.
Okay. So my name is Stella Benson and I am the owner of the North Enterprise Inc. and Hot Omi Inc. Thank you. Okay. So thank you so much, Eniola, for this great opportunity. I really appreciate it. One of the things I love doing the most, I love giving back, to especially the community I belong, women. I love to do that when I have time because of how busy we are. It's so difficult to like get around to do this. But then having this great opportunity to do this with you, I really appreciate it, and I hope everyone will enjoy. So today we're learning how to make organic, handmade, luxurious bar soap that you can sell to supermarket. You can sell anywhere on your website. You can use them by yourself. You can supply them and make profit out of it. And so if I'm going too fast or you're not hearing me or anything, in your life, you help me watch comments and maybe I'll come back to repeat whatever I've said. Uh,
Okay.
so today I'm starting off with safety first. So I
What?
have my apron here. I would wear. Usually for soap making, safety first. I like to wear long sleeves each time I'm making soap. Then some of the soaps I make, I'm just going to show you some of them. So these ones have different things. So this is activated black charcoal,
You're
black
frozen,
charcoal soap.
Stella. You're frozen.
Can you
Your
see this?
your camera is frozen.
Um, so this one has a honey and turmeric. So this one we color this natural colorant. So basically turmeric gave it this color that it has here. You can
You
see.
were frozen. You
Uh,
were frozen.
it has
Hello,
different
Stella.
colors as well.
Hello,
Um,
Stella. Hello.
Yeah. So
Hello,
just giving.
Stella. Oh, something wrong with our network. So sorry, audience. Wow, we lost her there. Let me try and reach out to her. Stella, we've lost you. No, you were talking and I was saying it as in we can't hear you, we can't hear you, as in that you're frozen. Your internet was having a glitch. Because I was talking, you were not responding to me, and the next minute you went off. So I think it's your internet. Okay. So sorry about this. Internet. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Welcome back, Stella.
Oh, sorry about that. Honestly, I don't know what happened there. I'm so
It's
sorry about
clearer
that.
now. Even the voice is clearer now because it was kind of muffled the other time.
Okay. I don't know. I was on Wi-Fi, so I removed it from Wi-Fi and now put it on cell phone internet.
Mobile data.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
from
So
wearing
I
your
don't.
apron, you were
Yes.
frozen
So
from after you wore your apron.
really, okay. So safety first. I usually have my apron, and
Yeah.
then I normally like to have long sleeve when I'm making my soaps. So some of the soaps I make, I'll just quickly show you some of them. So I have this activated black charcoal here. I have this one colored with turmeric powder. This has honey and goat milk powder. I also have this one's here and
Looks
this
nice.
one's here. So I also have this one's here. This is one of my best-selling soap.
I love the color.
Yes.
It's so attractive.
Yeah, thank you. So this one has eucalyptus and peppermint. So, and then this one's here.
I like this too. So it looks
Oh,
like chocolate bar.
yes, I know. Okay, and then here as well.
Wow,
So
this
this,
is beautiful.
thank you. So these are some of the soups I make. Uh, so for today, we're gonna do something like this. So it's kind of a beginner soup, but very, very good. The same recipe with all this. The only difference is that this doesn't have any colorant or anything, just the soup. Okay. Um, so if any question, like if anything you don't understand or anything, there is any question that comes up, please call my attention back and I will come back to them. And then, so safety first. Someone I used to watch her video a lot, she normally say, you have one pair of eyes only. So if that eye is gone, that eye is gone. So I normally do so with my goggle. I never, ever, 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 ever make any soap without my safety goggle. So these safety goggles, if you're in Western world here, you can buy them from hardware stores. From Nigeria, honestly, I don't know, but I believe people that sells soap ingredients, they will have this safety goggle for soap making. So, especially for the sodium hydroxide that we use for soap, it can make you go blind. I
Wow.
never, ever, ever, ever make soap or use sodium hydroxide without my safety goggle. So I have my safety goggle here. These are like some of the basic, the most important things you will have to have for making soap. So I have my soap, my goggle here. I have my stick blender here. Uh, this stick blender, and this one comes off like this, easier to wash. So if you're getting stick blender, if you can get the one that comes out like this, that will be easy for you to wash or use. And it has different settings. So this comes with different settings, low to high speed. Another important thing that you really need during your soup making, spatula. So this is silicone spatula. You really, really, really need this. Um, Next thing you will need would be your whisk. I didn't start off with whisk, so it's not necessary. Like it's not mandatory that you have to have whisk when you're starting out, but it's nice to have, especially if you want to be using different fragrance oil. But when you're starting out, you are beginning to learn. Some of the basic things you need will be uh, your goggle, your
Spatula,
stick blender, your
stick
spatula,
blender.
um, your hand glove. I like to use hand glove that goes a little bit up. So you need your hand glove. You can use reusable, or you can use is it nitrate?
Disposable.
This is really nice too. I use this sometimes. I use this type the most. And then of course you need your temperature. You really, really, really need this. You don't want it to be too hot, or you don't want it to be too cold. So you really, really need this for checking the temperature of your oils and your sodium hydroxide temperature. You need this. And of course, the last but not the least that you will need for equipment will be the mold that you're going to pour it in. So for today, I'm going to be using something like this. This mold, my husband actually made this for me.
Wow.
He's very handy, so he made this. So this mold here, uh, I can make, when I fill it, I can make 21 bars of soap.
Is it metal?
No, wood.
Oh, okay.
Is wood. Yeah. So for us here, for Western world, you can easily buy the wood from any hardware store. So this wood he bought from, I think, Home Depot. He bought from Home Depot. They cut it for him, and he's really handy. And then he kind of, put on the
Nails.
joint with all our, of course, with all our measurement and all that. The measurement that we want our size, our bar soap size to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this here, I normally make this. The oil I use, total oil quantity is usually 2,100 grams of oil. I like to go by grams. Grams is more accurate when you're measuring stuff more than ounce, and that's for me. So that's my preference. So I do my measurement by grams. So this here takes.
What kind of oil?
I'll show you. I will switch things. Like I will flip the phone now to now show you all the oils I use and all the quantities and all the measurements that I use for them. So this here takes 21 bar soap. Each bar soap at the end, when they finish curing for about 4 to 6 weeks, they normally size about 120 grams. So those are the soaps here. So I'll put this away. And now I go to the oils that I would be using today. So, of course, you need water. You need water to melt the sodium hydroxide. So for water, I normally use distilled water. So I use distilled water for my soaps. So distilled water you can get from every store, pretty much every store you can get distilled water. I buy from Walmart or Superstore. So this is distilled water that I use. And then,
What quantity of water?
so for this soap we are making today, which will be 21 bar soaps. For that
Yeah.
21 bar soaps, the total oil quantity that I'm using today will be 2,100. And then for water, I am using 1 second here. Water. So for quantity of water here, I am using 420 grams, 420, 420 grams of water.
Grams of water or meals?
Yes. So water, 420 grams.
Okay. No liter, no 4 liters, no.
No. So I
everything
normally
converted to
use,
grams.
no, I use scale to measure them. So I use scale to measure them. Yeah. So when I mean 420, I already pre-measured it here. So that's the water here. It's already pre-measured.
Yeah.
So I'm using 420 grams of water. And then for my oils, I am using 5 kinds of oils today. So for you to have a nice hard bar of soap after like 4 to 5 weeks, it's recommended, or I personally, that's my personal choice, but like I've been doing this soap for over a year now, and I've done so many trials and I've done so many trainings about it. It is recommended you use hard oils. Anything, your hard oil should be anything between 50 to 60%. Anything between 50 to 60% gives you a very hard bar soap. Less than 50% of hard oil also works great, but then might take a little longer to be as hard as oils that are 50%.
How do you measure the thickness of the oil?
We will measure them right now.
Okay.
So, okay, I've measured all the oils already. Like I will show you while we're blending it, when we're putting the stick blender, you will see how thick it is, and then you will know it's ready to go. Like you're ready to pour inside your mold.
Okay.
So you will
Is
see.
it a total 5 the 5 types of oil? Is it in totality that makes it 2,100 grams
Yes.
for
Yes.
each one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I just showed you. Okay, I mentioned the oils. So in this recipe today, we will be using 60% hard oils. So when I mean 60% hard oil, you see here, I have 2 kinds of oil here. I have you can see the colors are like 2 white. One is more creamy, one is more white.
Yeah, they look like butter.
Yes. So this one here is the palm oil. I use sustainable sourced palm oil. So this here is my palm oil and my coconut oil.
Okay.
So you can see my palm oil and my coconut oil.
Did you freeze them?
No, they normally come. So I'll show you the coconut oil. So this coconut oil, I do buy them from Costco. They come like this. They come like this. They are very solid in room temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my coconut oil comes like this. So I didn't freeze them, no. No. And the palm oil as well, I didn't freeze them. It comes in box. I'm going to show you the box I normally use. So this is the box I normally use. So it comes already hardened. So just exactly like butter, the way you saw it. Like really hard butter. So that is how it comes. So I didn't freeze them. So from the 5 oils that we are using today to make this soap, right here we have 2 of them, which is the coconut oil and the sustainably sourced palm oil. You can say this here.
Wait, coconut oil and which one?
Palm oil.
Okay, palm oil.
Yeah. So for coconut oil right here, I have 25% of this recipe will be coconut oil, which by weight is 525 grams, 525 grams.
Yeah.
And then for the palm oil, so I'm using 25% of coconut oil and 30% of palm oil. That gives it 55%.
Yeah.
So my hard oils are 55%.
The hard oil.
Yeah, 55%, which means 30% of sustainably sourced palm oil and 25% of coconut oil. So that's my 55% right there. So that's 2 oils there. And then another oil, I am using 30% of it, which 30% of it is 630 grams. So 30% palm oil, 30% olive oil. So here's my olive oil. Olive oil you can buy pretty much from every grocery store. So that's my olive oil. Olive oil, I use 30%. That 30% comes out to 630 grams.
But this olive oil now, this is not hard oil, right? This is soft oil.
So this is soft oil. So I use 2 hard oils and 3 soft oils. So the 3 soft oils I will show you here. One is olive oil.
Yeah.
One is canola oil.
Mm-hmm.
And one is castor oil.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 soft oils I use. And on that 3 soft oils, olive oil is 30%, which is 630 grams. So later I will post them on my comment section if anybody wants to, I will post the ingredients there. So 30% olive oil, which is 630 grams. 30% palm oil, which is 630 grams. 25% coconut oil, which is
30% olive oil.
Yeah.
30% palm oil.
Yeah.
25% coconut oil.
Yes.
Then canola oil and castor oil.
So canola oil, I normally do 10%. That 10% gives you 210 grams. And then castor oil, I normally do 5%. 5% gives you 105 grams. 105.
Yeah. Okay.
Then the last thing I have pre-measured already is my essential oil. So for most of my soaps, I use essential oils. I have few fragrance oils that I use. I use essential oils, and I had already pre-measured this essential oil. Essential oil I'm using today will be orange, sweet orange, and lavender.
Sweet orange
and lavender. So these 2 blend is what I'm using today.
That must smell really, really nice.
Yes, it sells really well for me. So many people love it. I don't know why, but it sells really, 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 really well. Yes, it smells good. So for essential oil, usually every manufacturer have what they call IFRA requirement or details. So they normally give you that. IFRA, I think, is the International Fragrance Regulatory Authority, something like that. So that body, of course, tells suppliers the safe quantity of each essential oil that can be used for skin or, for soap or cream or stuff like that. So for every essential oil you will be using or fragrance oil, I strongly recommend that you check with the supplier on the usage rate, just to make sure you're using the safe usage rate, the quantity that needs to go in your soap. So for this soap here today, these two combination, I am using 5%. So that 5% comes like 5% of your overall oil, which gives me 105
105
grams.
grams. Yeah.
Okay. So remember I mentioned we use water, and the water I use distilled water. And I use how many quantity? I think 420
Grams.
grams of water. And then there is sodium hydroxide. So I'm just going to show you the sodium hydroxide that I use. Uh, I believe this sodium hydroxide comes in different, like the one that is a bit grainy or something. So that's my sodium hydroxide.
Looks white.
Yes, it's white. I buy them in like a really large, like a big bag, and then I portion them in here when I'm using. So it comes in powdered forms like this. I don't know if you can see
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
Yes,
It looks like skimmed milk.
yes, yes. So that's how it comes. When I'm mixing this, you try to put it. Don't let the film. Like the way it, like you're boiling water or something like that. That film, don't let it like go in directly in your nose. It's very, very
Mm.
unpleasant. So I normally like put it away, and I mix it outside. I don't usually mix it inside. So it really depends on your space. If you're mixing it inside, make sure you're doing it in a well ventilated like environment or room or wherever you're doing it. So this we have here is already mixed with my uh, sodium hydroxide and my water. And the sodium hydroxide that I use here, the quantity is uh, 293.3 grams. That's
293.3 grams.
Yes, that's what I used here.
Yeah.
293.3 grams. That's what I used here. So, and for my oil, I already pre-measured the three soft oils here. So what I'm gonna do next now is I'm gonna pop this in a microwave. Uh, this usually takes about 3 to 4 minutes in a microwave. You don't have to do it in a microwave if you don't have microwave. Uh, I know some people in Nigeria don't have a microwave. Some people do, some don't. If you have microwave, sure. And if you're doing like quantity like this, you can heat it up or melt them down in a microwave. If not, you can do it on your stove top. So I use my stove top when I'm doing my really large quantities. Really large
Hmm.
quantities, I cannot put it here. Of course, I can melt it down in a microwave. So uh, I put it in a pot and in a on a stove. One important thing I really, really, really have to mention is, so once you think you want to start making soap and you're still testing out, you do not like try as much as possible not to reuse things that you are using for your soap in your kitchen. So
Yeah.
anything anything, let's say tomorrow I decide to use one more plate or spoon or whatever for soap, that's it. It no longer goes inside my kitchen. Like, not at
Hmm.
all. Like, if it's for
Even though
soap,
that's why the fact that it's still soap.
yes, yes. So that's why the fact that it's still soap here. Once I start using, let's say, any spoon for soap, that's it. That's the end of that soap, that spoon. Let's say I'm using spoon, or let's say I took anything, bowl, cup, anything at all. As soon as I start using it for soap, that's the end of that soup, that spoon or bowl or cup or whatever. That's the end. It belongs to soaping. So I'm gonna warm this up in a microwave for a few minutes while I come and maybe uh, give some tips and tricks and stuff about soap. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm back. What is in the microwave melting down?
For how
I'm
many
going to talk
minutes do you put it?
so I normally put it for 3 minutes for that quantity of oil. 3 minutes. Also remember, it depends on how hot or how your microwave heats. Some heat like
Yeah.
really, really fast. So you
Some
just
have
basically
1,000 watts.
yes. So you basically just need to watch it and maybe go 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Just make sure everything melts down, completely down, liquid like this. Okay. Next thing I will talk about will be temperature. The temperature I like, which is like my comfort zone in making soap. I do my soaping anything between 90 to 115, 115, like 90, between 90 to 115 Fahrenheit. That's where I do my soap.
And when you say that's where you do your soup, what do you mean by that? As in without
So,
temperature?
for example, this water now, I just measured it, and here you can see is 92.5. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yes. So your water, which is the water that is mixed with sodium hydroxide, you check the temperature. Usually, when you just mix the sodium hydroxide and water, the temperature usually is about 200 degree Fahrenheit. You don't use it to make soap like that. Yes. So I have to allow it to cool down for sometimes takes up to 1 hour to cool down.
Wow.
Yes. Sometimes it takes more, depends on the weather. So usually if I'm beginning to make soap, let's say today I wake up, I want to make soap, or I already planned I want to make soap, I put that first. So that's like the first thing I do. Like this morning when I woke up, it was the first thing I did before doing all that stuff. So that's like the first thing I do, and then just put it out there. So it will continue to cool down until it gets down to anything between 90 degrees Fahrenheit up to 115 or 110 is my comfort zone to make soup. It's my comfort zone to make soup. However, sometimes some of the soup, after making them, there's this white thing on top they call soda ash. So if depends on the fragrance and when it's cooling down and when it's forming, if you're getting lots of soda ash, one of the tricks would be have your water temperature to be hotter a little bit. So maybe you'll be soaping at 110 or 115 or 100 instead of below 100. So this here, nothing is wrong with the soap. The soap is perfectly good to use, but of course it has this like whitish powderish something on top. Yes, they call it soda ash. So, but the soap is perfect, it's good, nothing is wrong with the soap. So that's like one of the tricks to reduce the amount of soda ash that you have in your soup. What else? I will be bringing out the
mixture,
the one that is in a microwave soon, and then we start soaping. Okay. Can you help me check if any questions? Anyone has any comment? Any questions?
No.
No. Okay.
Some people are at work. Most of them since people are at work, most of them tend to watch the video later on.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just putting away all the oils now, so I can clear the space for mixing. Okay, so here I have my oil. I'm going to remove this camera from my face and just face it down to the actual game. Okay.
To see the real deal.
Yes. So the real deal is about to begin. Okay, tell me if you see my...
Yeah, I can see the oil.
You see the oil now? Okay, so you see the oil and the sodium hydroxide, and here is...
Which one is in the red cup? Is that the sodium?
No, that's this one you mean?
Yeah.
No, this is the hard oil, which is coconut oil and palm oil that I just melted in microwave. So you remember the two white oil that look like butter before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are all melted. So usually it has to look like this, like no seed or lump or anything inside it before you could use it to make soup. So I'm just mixing the hard oil that's melted down with the soft the olive oil, canola oil, and castor oil together. I like this spatula oil, this spatula that I'm using. It kind of scrapes out everything from, from the bowl inside there for you. So kind of gets you all the oil.
It looks like silicone.
Yes, it is. It's silicone. So here I'm popping back my
goggles.
My goggles, and then my and then so I'm gonna measure the so you see this is 119. Can you see?
Yeah.
So this oil right here is 119, and then this is 91. So when you mix two of them now, I would be in that range that I want to be, which will be anything. So usually when you mix two of them, the temperature will kind of balance it to be anything between 90 degrees to 115 degree Fahrenheit. That's the range. So for 119.8, and for this, I'm good. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll put this aside, and this I will dump in here.
That's the sodium.
Yes, that's the sodium hydroxide mixed in water. So here, that's where the magic happens. And tell me if you're seeing this like very well.
Yeah, but it will be clearer if you move it to the back.
back like this.
Yes.
Is it better?
Yes. You can go
Okay.
further.
Further like this.
Yes.
So that's good now.
Yes.
Okay. So here you can see how it's looking now. You can see it's beginning to like thicken, like butter that is getting a butter that
Yeah.
was melted and kind of getting cold, like begin to solidify. So I'm gonna start blending now. My blender I normally have, so that's the low, that's the high. I like to have it in the middle of it. You can start really low, depends on your temperature. But before I do that, I'm gonna do the temperature check now, so you see what the temperature is. So here I have 110. You see that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything between 90 to 110, 115 is like a very, very good comfort zone to be. If it's too hot, the what's it called? The batter. This is going to turn to batter, like like milk, like pap or like custard.
Yeah.
If it's too hot, the batter can solidify on you fast, like really, really fast. Like it can go super, super fast. Like it can just solidify on you really fast. So this here that we have, even if you see this as 109, this is a comfort zone as I mentioned, and for a beginner being on this is good. However, when you start trying out so many fragrances or so many essential oils, you will get to learn or to know some essential oils or some fragrance oils that thickens up really, really fast. Those ones that thickens up really, really fast, I tend to do with a much lower temperature. For example, this my soap here. This my soap here thickens up, the fragrance oil thickens up really, really fast. So this here, I like to be anything between 80 something to 90 degree Fahrenheit. I like to be for this one. Another one I like to do that is this one. Reason because this one has 3 colors. By the time you start, doing your coloring, you don't want them to thicken on you. So I like to go with a lower temperature that give you much time to play around with your pouring the soap and doing your designs. And then this one, I go with a really lower temperature. I don't go above 90 for the water and oil. I don't go above 90 degree Fahrenheit. Reason because this one has honey. Honey accelerates. Accelerate is like making it to thicken fast. Honey, when you add honey to this mixture here, it thickens up, like it heats it up. It make it to go hotter and hotter. So when it goes hotter and hotter, say again.
I said because honey is thick naturally.
Yeah, but then honey, I normally add tiny bit of water to the honey and warm it in microwave before I put. So I really make it with liquid or water before I use it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead to blend this now and see. So you can see the oil and the water has kind of incorporated or like mixed together. And at this point, you're going to say that it has emulsified. So after it's like mixed together, it has emulsified. And from when it emulsified, which is the water and the sodium hydroxide and all the oils has kind of mixed together, you blend it a little bit more, it will start thickening. So it will start to get thick like a pap. So for soap, you usually have like 3 kind of levels of thickness. You have like when it's really watery, you said it's light trace. Like when it starts to trace, tracing as in TRACING. Yeah. So when it starts to trace, which means it starts to thicken, you will say at the first stage, you will say is at a light trace. So light, as in, is very light, which is like light pap or light custard. Custard that has not thickened at all. So that's kind of where we are now. So your soap is almost ready. But right now you can see is at a light trace. So I like to go to medium trace. So medium trace basically means you have to mix a little bit more or blend a little bit more with your stick blender. And if you watch how I put my stick blender, I put it like right inside. If you make it stay like really up, sometimes it kind of allows bubble. Bubble?
Yeah.
Like it's as if your soap is getting some bubbles. And that's not kind of really nice when you look at the soap after you finish, cutting it. So I like to have my immersion blender really inside. And you can see that the soap is like beginning to trace, which means beginning to thicken up and form soap. When you lift up your blender like this, and you notice it doesn't separate. You see, it's like light pap, which is not separating. Like, I don't know if you see what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah. So this now is already soap, but it's at a very light trace. If I'm doing colorings, at this point, that's where I separate, kind of cut this into 3 or 4 or depends on 2, and then put my colorings. Let's say I'm doing brown, that brown one I showed you. If I was doing my colors, is at this stage that I split in 2. Pour some here, leave some here, and then the one I put here, I pour my what's it called? My colorings. It depends on the colors that I'm using, and use whisk to mix it a little bit before I start blending again. So I'm going to blend a little bit more just for the sake of this training. If it's the case for beginners, I'm not doing any colorings today. So I'm going to blend a little bit more, increasing the speed of the blender. We'll see now. Okay, so now you can see it's a little bit thicker than it was before. So it's going to a medium tracing. So now it's kind of between light to medium tracing right now. Any question? Anything you're confused about?
What is the sodium hydroxide? What is it? What was it used for? What's the use of that?
So will I say it's like a binder? Like it binds the oil, water to make soap. You cannot make soap without sodium hydroxide.
Okay.
Yes. So it's kind of a binder. It's like the key ingredients or the main agent there that turns all the oils into soap. So it kind of binds it. Like it's mainly it's like the driver there. Yeah, it's the actual thing that turns all the oils into soap. Yeah. So this right here, your soap is good. If you don't want to do any fragrance or essential oil, this is your soap right here. Your soap is good to go. So
within 1 hour.
Yes. Your soap is good to go. Yeah. And then if you're starting out, let's say you're practicing like for the first time, I would suggest you use like 500 gram of oil to do this, to test out. When I was starting out, I think the maximum test I was doing was like 500 gram. I did 500 gram for a lot of soup. Like I did soup. Like it was just soup, 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 soup. So that's one tip I'll give if you're just starting out to test each fragrance. Another thing I'll mention is if you're testing fragrance. So for me, I have between my fragrance and essential oil collections, I have up to 15 of them. I
Wow.
would strongly recommend if you're testing any new fragrance that you do with a very small batch. Small batch in case anything goes wrong. So if
Yeah.
anything goes wrong, you don't have so much oil to waste, or you don't have so much thing to throw in the garbage. So what I mean when if anything goes wrong is, for example, the one that has brown and white that I do, that one, I think the first time I did it, it kind of thickened on me really, really fast. But good thing the first time I did it, I didn't test it out with any coloring. So it was just plain like this. And the fragrance oil started accelerating on me, like it started thickening faster than
Yeah.
than other ones I have done. And immediately I just kind of, put it in my mode, and that was it. So it's good to practice. Can you imagine if I was doing it like now I do with very, very big blender for the
Quantity.
ones I sell. The ones I'm selling, I do with very big blender and very big bucket. So can you imagine what will happen? You're working with a very big batch and it accelerated on you, like it thickens faster than you planned. It's not fun. So
That's what they
okay.
call busy.
Okay, so at this point, I took a long time before adding my fragrance oil, essential oil. This essential oil has orange. I told you before I'm doing
Yeah.
orange and a lavender blend.
Lavender. Sweet orange.
Yes, and lavender. So anything citrus essential oil, it makes your thick soap goes as if it's going watery.
Oh, really?
Anything citrus, like all this
Yeah.
orange, lemon.
Okay, because it makes sense because of the component.
Yes. So that's why I like to put my anything orange. And if it has like orange, lemon, tangerine, clementine, I use those a
Yeah.
lot. Those I put when it's at like between uh, low to medium trace. So apart from that, pretty much every other one I put at a low trace, which means as soon as the oil emulsified and get that light trace, I just put my fragrance oil. So I'm putting it right here. Okay, so here is another place I normally use my spatula, my silicone spatula, to get. You don't want to waste anything. Really, really get everything out.
Maybe I'll have to start making my own soap at home. Now, stop buying. Yes, so can have all kinds of fragrances I want and
Yes. So at this point, I'm going to blend for a few seconds or maybe a minute, and then I pour it inside the mold, and that's it. Okay, that's your soap ready.
So it's ready now. It's just to now mold it.
Yeah, no, just to pour it in the mold, and that's it. So I'm
So how
gonna
long does
pour.
it? How long does it take to solidify?
So usually when I pour the soap, it takes about 1 day. I cut it. I like to cut the next day.
Really?
Yes. So
So
I cut it the next day.
as watery as it looks like right now, it's going to be that hard.
Yes. Yes.
And this is going to make like how many bars?
This thing you see here will give you 21 bars of soap. That is this size. That's my size. So this one weighs 20. Like after 4 to 6 weeks that you have it curing. Curing is like, so after 4 to 6 weeks, it becomes this hard bar of soap. And of course, if it stays longer, it gets hard or hardens more. The longer it stays, the longer it hardens, because you can see what we have in here.
I'd like to
So
see
that's
what
it
it looks
separate.
like after a day.
Say again.
I said I'd like to see what it looks like after a day.
After a day, I'm gonna bring it out sometime tomorrow. Oh no, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow before I leave the house. We have an Igbo picnic here tomorrow, so I'll try to cut it before I leave, or maybe when I come back from the picnic. So I'll cut it. I'll make a video of cutting it, and then I will share with you, so you can post. Yeah, I'll make video of me cutting it, and then you like unmolding it and then cutting it, so you can share it. So that's our soap ready. I'm just gonna blend a few seconds. Okay, so you can see that is at a very comfortable medium trace, and very soon it's going to go from medium to thick trace. So we have light trace, medium trace, and thick trace, which is like light thickening, medium thickening, and thick, like thick when it's like really thick, like thick akam or thick pap or custard. Okay, so I will put this here. Let me know if you're saying this well. Are you saying it nicely? Are you saying the mode?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second.
Well, not as in fully. Can see the length. If you can move it forward, yes. Yeah, perfect.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a paper in? Is it lined with paper or?
Yes, so I lined it up with parchment paper.
Okay.
So here is empty mode, and I lined it. So I'll show you.
Parchment paper.
These ones are the ones I have ready to do for my large bar. So you just line them up with parchment paper. So I would also do a video of how to line your parchment paper in your mold. So I'm going to be pouring this now. Just watch.
So you're going to post one of these soaps to me.
Say again.
You're going to post one of those soaps to me.
Okay, I will.
This is one that we are making. I need to see the real outcome.
Okay. Okay, so that's your soup done. Just gonna... And here the spatula comes in really, really handy because it helps you get like everything out. Um, I prefer to have the soaps in here than this going in the drain or, being washed off. It smells really, really nice here.
I can imagine.
Okay, so that's our soap class done.
Wow. Are you going to cover it?
Yes, so I'll talk about that one now. So after making it like this for pretty much all this soap, except that my honey turmeric that I don't cover, because if you cover that honey turmeric, honey, I said honey makes it to heat up. So that
Yeah.
honey turmeric sometimes can heat up. And when it starts heating up, because what they call volcano, volcano now. So
What?
it might split in the middle. Volcano, like, something like volcano now.
Oh, volcano, yeah.
Yeah, volcano, it can get really, really hot. And then, like, the way something would tear in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, which means it
Wow.
was over hot. So that's the only soap I don't cover. Apart from that, every other soap I do cover. So I normally get like a big carton. I don't have it here. I have to go bring it like near the garage. I put like a big carton or box.
Yeah.
It's kind of insulated it, something to insulate. So I insulate it by putting it inside the carton, or usually I make 3 or 4 bars of line like this, so it's not just one. I just put the carton on here, and then I just cover the carton with towel, very, very big towel or blanket or anything. That's it. So it sits there for 24 hours. So like the next day, I open it, I unmold it, I cut it. That's it.
What do you use to cut it?
Where is my cutter here? I have a cutter. It's not like here. I just put it on the side. Um, I have a cutter. I will send you a video of me cutting it tomorrow. I will unmold it tomorrow, cut it, and send you the video. Yes.
Cool.
I'll make the video and send you tomorrow. So you can post it and say, here's the result of our soap.
It looks so easy, so easy, so easy. But I'm sure it is not that easy as it looks.
Honestly, I don't know if I would say it's easy or a little bit tricky, or like it's more, I think it's more of the measurement. If you get your measurement correct,
Absolutely.
Yes. If your measurement is correct and you try to calm down and just, calm down and have everything like ready. Like this parchment paper, you have everything ready. You don't have, you will not
all
have your stuff. Say again?
I said all the prepping, everything is.
Yeah. Everything ready and beside you. So you will not be doing parchment paper when this thing is, when the thickness has started going on. Like, it will just stick in and solidify inside there, and you've ruined that batch. So I think the key thing is having everything ready to go, and calm down. It's kind of easy once you get the hang of it. Yes. It's easy. Measuring, I think, is the major thing. Measure it and, temperature and stuff like that. Once you get the temperature right, you won't have chances of having a ruined badge. I've been soaping for over a year now. I've not had any ruined badge. No. I've not had one. Like, I've not had one messed up on me. No.
Cool.
No. But have I had any badge accelerate on me? Yes. Absolutely yes. Especially that brown and white one. That one the fragrance oil doesn't behave well at all. So I never ever soap that one. Anything above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It has to be anything below 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Otherwise, it's going to go really, really fast in thickening on me, and you'll just be rushing to put it inside the mold. So I'm going to switch this camera to face me for any questions, concerns, anything at all.
So you see, by the time they're off work, they'll flood you with comments and questions.
I will be watching. I'll be watching.
Why did your goggles?
Oh, really? I like it. It holds like really well, and then underneath still has this thing in case something splashes from underneath. So
Yeah.
I bought it from Home Depot, I believe. So yeah.
Thank you so very much, Stella.
Thank
I'll
you.
put your thing to theirs and to follow you. You can see. Can you see? Can you see the banner?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's the viewers that'll see it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so
grateful.
That's it.
And if you receive any mail, any email, definitely will forward to you. But then I'll put your Facebook details there, facebook.com/Bernals Enterprise.
Okay.
And it's a good thing it's being shared on your page as well. So people can directly ask you questions. And yeah, I'm going to practice it. I'm going to do my own practical. Trust me, I'm going to call you. If I'm as Stella, how do I do this?
If you have
my vanilla essence and honey and banana, I have to put them as in natural oil. I like natural things as in natural oil, natural extracts. I have to get my banana oil, avocado oil, all that, and
yes,
put
I do some other recipe too that I use avocado oil. I use that one, but that one we're kind of getting into using 7 different oils. So I really want to keep it simple. That's why I don't want to, for people starting out, you just keep it a little simple, because if you miss anything, you finish that.
Is there anything like banana oil?
No, I don't know. I haven't checked. No, I don't know. But there is avocado oil. So I have a recipe that honey turmeric has avocado oil. This one has avocado oil in it. Yeah, some of my recipes have, I do have avocado oil and no avocado oil. So some, and this one has shea butter. It has shea butter. It has avocado oil. Same with my honey turmeric. It has shea butter, avocado oil. Yeah. So that's soap. Hello? 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 Hello, Indy, I can't hear you again.